So there are two things I want to talk about today, which are both very much so related. First is spawn camping, and the second is banner placements. As Yas pointed out in the reply section to the OP, spawn camping works mostly for mid-tier builds, right? And where you would typically camp would be in this corner here, right, the bottom left. And why that is because in the bottom left corner of, especially of Crucible of the Dead, you almost always, or rather, you always get either a Forgotten Gods Nemesis spawn or an AOM Nemesis spawn. Now those guys move fast and hit hard. So by placing a banner here, you can very easily take them out with enough firepower before the other Nemesis starts moving towards you, thereby changing a potential 4v1 into a 3v1. Now, if I'm going to talk about, I guess, spawn camping for top tier builds for Crucible speed clearers, I actually think, and I mean, this isn't a very much so untested theory of mine because I don't really play buff banner Crucible, as many of you know. And this hasn't been tested out by many other pilots, but the more I play Crucible, the more I feel that actually the top left corner of Crucible the Dead is where you should place your banner. And why that is, if you watch my other Crucible breakdown videos, you will see me pointing out that a lot of slow things spawn here. Right, a lot of slow monsters spawn in the top left, and what that means is, as you're attacking them, you want these fast monsters from all the other spawn sites to come moving at you, and that will allow you basically to maximize your AOE. So a good example would be, say I have Musalauki spawning here. I have I don't know, Kuba, Reaper, and a second Reaper. Let's have that. So 2 Reapers and 1 Kuba. So now I'm standing here, I'm attacking, what's his face, Musalauki, right? I can slowly back off and pull him towards my banner side. And the moment I come around this spot here, these guys are going to get aggro. They don't like me very much, right? So they're going to start moving really, really fast towards me. And now, by doing that, I can attack 4 enemies instead of 1, if that makes any sense at all. Other things, so there are some other exceptions to spawn camping besides Nemesis waves, and I think most importantly, I personally at least would camp spawn sites with healers, because I fucking hate healers. They're the worst. Most notably, it would be this thing right here in 161. You get a bunch of healers there, Alexander and the Ugamot Golems. 163, you also have a potential healer spawn here, which will really, really, really add to your Crucible clear time. Again, as I pointed out in my other video, and as Ya has pointed out himself. Yeah, I would take them out first before worrying about the rest. And lastly, it would be wave 168. Now, 168 is interesting because you always get healers here. You either get humans or Grobbles, okay? And in the middle, you tend to have a few of those, a group of Chthonic heroes, which are kind of tanky. So if you're attacking these guys without really paying attention to what's going on, they will come along and they will heal everything because it's like 10 healers here. With the exception of that, yeah, okay, there's another thing I would also not spawn camp, and that's Ishtar the Reaper, the Mind Reaper, sorry. Because I don't want him to do his freaking Shadow Clone Jutsu. So in wave 155, I believe, wave 150, yeah, I think it's 155, I'm going to be positioning myself at the top right, waiting for his butt to show up. Alright, so this is basically all there is to spawn camping and banner placements.